Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the CommanderSmiths at patreon.com. Welcome to the CommanderSmiths. Yeah, sorry. I muted myself. I'm like, unmute.
Oh, where are the Commanders?
I'm Adam Smith.
I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
Oh, man. So a week off or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know if I got everything right. So I'm hoping that there's no echoes or anything like that. But it's a little rusty. Yeah.
That's all right. I don't see any comments yet, so that means we're fucked.
Yeah,
so.
I don't see. Yeah, oh, shit. I don't even check to see if we're live anymore because it hasn't happened where we aren't live, and now it's gonna bite me in the ass or maybe there's just people aren't used to us being on right now because it's been like a week and a half. We missed an episode.
We did. The second time in 4.5 years.
Yeah,
right?
it was just not possible. I remember last year. So where I was this week,
COVID.
And you had COVID. That was the other thing.
I was dying.
But I had went to this cabin. It's on an island, and there is no service. Like I would get all of a sudden a bunch of texts would come through and all that. I remember last year trying to actually upload the episode, and it took me like 6 hours, and it didn't even work. I had to drive to like a McDonald's to finally get it. So we were just like, next year when that happens. It just coincided because you went out of town, you went out of the country, came back, and then I left, I was gone. So it just, everything. Bang. But I'm also going out of town again. So we have a special thing this week where we're going to have a double episode. Not today, but Friday, we will have another episode live. That will go out next Wednesday. But still, if you wanted to catch it live, you can watch it on Friday evening. And Fridays seem fun because I get to play that button.
No, you mean the one that Renshai kind of gets upset about?
Yeah, so Friday's gonna be fun. It's good stuff. But yeah, this is episode 230.
All right.
What? Yeah,
230.
Right. What are we doing on this Monday episode, Lowry?
A normal episode? I don't think we're gonna go Monday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, so it started out with just going like, hey, let's talk about cards that we want to talk about, like our favorite cards or whatever. And that was not focused enough for it was like kid in a candy store kind of thing. So we're gonna talk about personal staples.
Yeah.
Stuff that just pops up in a deck. We're kind of trying to avoid everything that's very obvious and talk to death about, and just kind of something with a little bit more of our flavor potentially. So that's the route we're going. And so we're going to talk about cards that we like.
And we're also going to do a little. Yeah, I know. He said Ren says that button can burn in hell.
See, you don't like it.
It's Friday. Get ready, Friday. He's probably just going to skip the episode.
I don't think he can. He's quite addicted to us. So that's. We can be as abusive as we want.
But we're also going to kind of go over the secret layer that is going to drop this week. I did make a video right before I left. I was like, oh shit, the secret layer. I don't know anything about it. I just know the cards. Here's the breakdown. I made a 14-minute video, threw it out there. Now we're going to kind of actually talk about it because we have a release date, which is going to be Thursday, and it's only a 4-day drop. So we're going to kind of go over if you guys should buy it. We're not going to break it down like the big super drop ones. It'll be like a 5 to 10 minute little segment going over everything. So, yes, Wrench, I knew you can't quit us.
It's the only line I know from Brokeback Mountain. Three's a crowd.
We also have
Nicole Kidman. She was the crowd, right?
I haven't seen the movie, so I have no idea.
I haven't. Oh, maybe I'm thinking about Cold Mountain or some shit.
I can't quit.
It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't. We also have a new round of Stump the Smith Savant, and we have a special combo number 5. One of another fellow content creator from CMD Tower is going to be trying to beat you this week. And we decided actually out of our box openings. I had extra here. So this is one of the cards that we're giving away, which is the Forbidden Orchard, the regular version of that. So this is still a $10 card. It's a good giveaway here.
Three's a party. It's more just like I don't have the stamina for 3. So it's there's no extra joy from 3. What are we talking about right now? I'm curious. Is it burritos? Are we talking about burritos?
I don't know what you guys are having your own little show. I'm not even involved in this show at this point.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so then also we have a huge giveaway that we are going to do. We broke the record, as we talked about like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Now we've kind of figured out what's going to go down with this. We did get the Teferi's Protection borderless art, not foil, but the borderless art, which is going to be our Twitter giveaway. That is only going to be till the end of the month. So remember, that's going to be a retweet, follow, and like our tweet when it comes out, and then you'll get in the drawing. And that's for everybody. And then we have a Discord battle boxes, which we did and was pretty successful 2 months ago. This time we'll be doing Battle for Baldur's Gate because that's really the only one that's like more recent. Unless we want to, let's just do Battle for Baldur's Gate. So we're gonna do that where basically every $5 or more patron by the end of the month, an active patron, will go head to head. Like Larry and I did the battle boxes last night, by the way.
Yep.
The winner of those packs wins both packs, but you get like the top up to 5 cards in the packs.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. So that you guys have time to enter that. So if you are a patron, it might give you incentive to at least be a patron for a month of $5 or more. And that gets you entered into to battle that. So we won't battle until next month. But that's also just to say thank you guys, because again, broke the record. We aren't going to break the record this month because we skipped an episode. So there's that.
Yes.
This will be our lowest month in a long time because we skipped a complete episode. But yeah, so I think that's it. I was gone. You were battling COVID. You can still hear the cough a little bit. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah. Feeling better. A lot better.
Feeling better.
Just have, just some saliva, some thick saliva in the back of my throat. I just won't leave at this point. I mean, it's not desirable.
Oh, dang it. I thought I was on the right button to do.
Oh, good for you.
I don't know if that's like an old good for you moment, but
yeah.
I think that's about it. I don't have any other notes that I was going to say on that. We have our normal stable verses and a new. Oh, what's our new stable verses this week? What are we going to talk about when we get to that point?
Oh, okay. So this one's probably more obscure than normally what we pick, but Adam's going to be Blot Out the Sky, which is from Strixhaven, and I am taking Marshall Coup from Conflux, and I think it's going to be interesting.
It's from like a ton of stuff.
Well, but I mean, originally from Conflux, so
it's from like 30 things.
It's been reprinting a ton because it's awesome, right?
I hate this freaking mic. It just wants to hit me in the face.
Careful.
I'm getting excited.
I know you're generally better at taking that in the face, but.
Yeah. All right.
Why isn't that a button?
What? Oh yeah. I know it should be, but I can just say
steal it.
Yeah. All right. So let's get on to our takes. We get to the episode. You guys can become a patron by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord. Like I mentioned before, $5 or more will get you entered into the Battle Box giveaway next month.
Mm-hmm.
You got to enter it. You got to get in this month to be entered for the battle for next month. That also gets you proxies each month. If you get on the higher tiers, you can get foil proxies, which is probably the route I would go with it. If you want to support us a different way, you can actually do it while we're doing this cast live. You can do the shots. You can do the Bean Boozled for, I think it's $1 for the just regular Bean Boozled.
You can read.
Yep. Go to the show notes.
What you can donate. And then just like, I don't want proxies. I just want to watch them suffer.
Yeah.
And then you can donate.
See, that's another way. You don't have to do the monthly thing. You just do a one-time, hey, take a shot. And that's $10. I think or was it $5 or $8 is no, it's $5 for the Hot Bean Boozled.
It's in the notes.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
So whenever we see it, we get it.
I should know because we.
Yeah, because somebody could donate and be like, this is what you got to take. But anyways, that's another way. If you just do a one-time donation, we appreciate that too. And then you make us suffer, like Lowry said. The free way to support us is to jump on YouTube and subscribe. Just subscribe. And then if you want to do some more stuff, watch our videos. Watch this. Watch our twice a week curated MTG, which curated today was...
it was Catalyst Stone.
Was that cycling one? Is that the...
Nah, it reduces flashback.
Flashback. That's right.
That's and so it's just kind of a card that I wanted to bring up since I'm working with Savant, which is flashback theme.
Gotcha.
What?
There. No, it's just how you said. It's just a card I kind of just wanted to bring up.
Yeah, and so like, yeah.
There's just no. I just wanted to bring it up.
I just want to talk about cards, man. I just want to talk about cards, and this is one way that you let me do it. I appreciate it.
So that's twice a week on Mondays and Fridays typically. You can watch that on YouTube. Biggest thing there. You guys can make those go viral. Just watch it. Give it a like and watch it again, and then it goes viral. That's how you do it. Or you can check it out on TikTok. That is the other spot where those show up, all our little short stuff. Anything under 10 minutes will pop up over there as well. We also have Proxy Time, which I haven't done that's going to be down to twice a month. This month's going to be hard. Tard. That was...
Wow, you're getting us canceled, aren't you?
Yikes. That one's going to be hard this month because I'm going to be out of town again, but I have been doing proxies, not recording while I've been on vacation. I like to do them. So I already have 3 lined up. I have the Black Market Connections.
Ooh.
Shit, I forget the other ones that I
got that like Terramorph Dwarf.
The what?
The one that like goes and gets you. It's white.
Oh, the white guy yet? No, because I don't have them yet. You have like 3 copies of them, and I.
No. That's the other.
Oh, the other. Okay. Yeah.
Because that one's good too.
Yeah, there's 2 white cards that are good. But proxies, normally proxy time would be on Sundays. This last Sunday, though, we did, which was yesterday, battle boxes.
Yeah.
With collector boosters. How did that go, Lowry?
I'm not displeased, but you beat me.
This was my number. Right there.
You had $472 in value, and half of that was in the most expensive card, most expensive version.
It was the first pack. It would have been so much more dramatic if it was the last pack, because then it would have been like, oh, Lowry's going to win this, and then boom, the last card. But it was the full art.
I don't know about that.
Foil Imperial Seal with that, the full art. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't even want to sell it. I'm like, nope, this is going right in the binder. It's already in there. So, but you can check those out. What we did there is whoever lost with the collector boosters, we had to take shots. So it wasn't just taking a drink. So it was shots because there was only 4 packs, and we add up the entire value of that. And then the loser overall took a shot as well. So that was last Sunday. I also opened a box. We open boxes. We open packs. We do all that kind of stuff. So YouTube is a really good place to check out a lot of our stuff that we do. Summer's a little bit, we have hiatus stuff, vacations and stuff, but we're still putting out content, multiple things a week.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is, subscribe there. We're almost getting to 1,000. Then we're golden, buddy. That's our goal, is to get to 1,000. And we're like 250 away or something.
Golden?
Yes. No. Oh, speaking of, what are you drinking?
Oh, good point.
I'm drinking an Uda Pills.
Go ahead. Sue from Toppling Goliath. It is a glorious beer.
Nice. I'm drinking a Uda Pills Edwald the Wild Man dry hopped Heffenweisen. Is that what he's
Yeah, that's a wheat.
Yeah. And then I have
That's
a pontoon
tasty,
one that's after this. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So
wheats.
that was YouTube. You can also check us out on Twitter. That's where we do everything that we do. We post it there. We have polls and stuff like that. Sometimes we post our like Card Sphere stuff, all that other fun stuff. Oh man, being off a week is brutal sometimes. And then you can direct message us there, or you can shoot us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com, and that is where you can send the suggestions for this. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, let me get our Stump the Smith Savant up and not... Where is it? Stump is right there. All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. As you know, if you're watching live right now on YouTube or just watching it later, I've eliminated the chat, so Lowry can't see the chat, so he won't get any hints from that. And you guys can kind of work together to try to guess this before Lowry does. This week's stumper is Mr. Combo number 5 from CMD Tower. And what else do we have?
Good friends of ours. And all right, so we're giving away, what is that again?
It is the Forbidden Orchard.
All right, I'm gonna blind guess Altar of the Brood.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
You said you were gonna do it. All right, so Lowry is gonna get up to 5 guesses. Every yes,
4 guesses this time.
Yeah, well, normally up to 5 guesses. He would be asking yes or no questions. Every wrong, he will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Every right, he'll hear this. Whoops.
Hello, boobies.
He will get up to
whoops.
Whoops. He will get up to 3 clues, and if he can get all 3, or get everything that is about the card but can't get the name, he'll get the initials of the card. And a bonus thing is, if he has an extra clue going into that, he'll get a really big bonus. Let's just say an easier giveaway. It didn't help you last time, but whatever. It's those thriving lands.
Those thriving lands.
They gotcha. All right. Actually, the first thing is I haven't even actually read the flavor text on this. I've been focused on doing the clues and stuff. I haven't.
Hold on.
Thank you. I was gonna say.
Let's see how this goes.
All right. All right. Here we go. The future is my gift to Keld. The future is my gift to Keld. K-E-L-D. Keld.
Yeah. So this would probably be the future is my gift to Keld. Keld is red. This could be something dealing with like Kamal. Which would be like Odyssey-ish time, Torment, Odyssey, Judgment, I want to say. But I don't want to be so specific.
God dang it, Ramsey. He's guessing Lightning Bolt again.
Well, it's probably a red card. That's what I'm saying. So let's go with that. Is this a red color identity?
Hello, boobies.
I like that you've gotten that down with the color identity part.
It only took me like 3 months to get it down, but my gift to
the future is my gift to Keld.
Okay. I'll be honest. I'll do first clue.
All right. The art features a magnificent military commander standing on a dead body with a sword in the back. The art features
the dead body.
Yes. The art features a magnificent military commander standing on a dead body with a sword in the back.
Oh. Is this? I want to say this is like a spell. I don't think that's a creature, but it could be a creature. Let's go with, is this a non-permanent spell?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Which means it's either an enchantment or a creature. The future is my gift to kill.
Yep.
It's a red color identity. I mean, I guess it could be a land as well, but that's very. Is this a creature?
Hello, boobies.
So it's a red creature. Second clue, please.
The text features mana attack triggers and haste. The text features mana attack triggers and haste.
Mana attack triggers and haste. So it has haste. It can come down. It has haste. The question ends up being, what does mana attack triggers mean?
Yeah, I had to
Does that
make it
mean like
pretty
you
vague.
attack and then you pay mana, or you attack and generate mana? Oh. Hold on. And that's... Are you doing the... It should be the full card. Because there is the... there is a Planar Chaos green red elf that attacks, that creates red mana. I don't know if it has haste. That doesn't have haste. But hold on, different version of that card in Dominaria has haste, and whenever it and or creatures attack, it generates green or black. Okay, I think that's probably what it is. Is this in Dominaria?
Hello, boobies.
Okay.
Oh, look at you! Look at you!
Okay. I've done 2 questions. I got 1 left, or two clues.
Yeah, you got 3 clues.
All right.
1 more clue left.
All right. This is... So casting cost is 2 colorless, red, green.
Hello, boobies.
Has haste.
Hello, boobies.
Do I have to be like specific?
No,
specific
you
on the
got
wording?
you got
Like,
that part all.
if-
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever it or another creature attacks, it generates the amount of, red and or green mana for the amount of creatures attacked.
Hello, boobies.
It's a 3/4.
Hello, boobies.
All right. The initials are GWR.
GWR.
And you get a bonus clue.
GWR.
G.
All right, so the middle's probably warrior. G, is it her name? Which I'm struggling with. Warrior R. Is the W warrior?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I don't know how to do this because the my bonus clue. My 3rd clue might be better than my bonus clue. But
GWR. GWR. Anybody get in the comments?
no one is getting it. No.
Alright.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, Renshai got it. Yeah, Renshai got it.
Son of a bitch.
Actually, Ramsey got it before that. I didn't even see. I'm sorry, guys.
Wow.
I'm
you
trying. Well, what I'm
rusty.
doing is I'm focused on like how I want to do this. How, because I have a funny way of what I did with the clues in this, but
I could find it in my boxes really easy. I
Yeah.
have like a pre-release foil of this card. Fuck.
GWR.
It goes easily infinite with like assault formation. Is that right? Is that the card? No, I don't know. Aggravated assault. There we go.
I'll give you the choice. Do you want clue number 3, or do you want the bonus clue to help you with the words?
But-
I think clue number 3 is going to be a better one, but it's up to you how you want to do it. Now,
Well,
I
like,
can't. I
get
can't almost give you-
literally no information out of that other than your.
Well, let me tell you.
it's going to be more helpful if I get this 3rd clue.
Oh, but I don't think I can
And so I'm
do
just.
it. I don't think I
just
can
gonna-
do it now because you got all of this stuff. Well,
Yeah, that's my thought too. Is that it doesn't help because normally that's geared towards stuff on the card that I know.
yeah, but what I was gonna do was, I was gonna sneak in the name of this commander into clue 3 to throw you off. So that's what I was like. This is seen
Nah,
in
you
most
can't do that.
decks because
Alright,
it had
give
that
me-
in it. So you need the
Give me the super special,
Okay.
non-official 3
okay.
clue.
So, as you might start to realize I've been sneaking in synonyms for the names of what the card is.
I have not noticed that.
So magnificent is the first word as a synonym for the G word. And then military commander is the second word. And then you just got to figure out her name with the R word. So it's a military commander. That would be your W word.
I hate these. Clearly, I'm not good at it.
you can do the flavor text stuff perfectly, but then
like words,
but when it's like the exact
same thing as what you're trying to guess, and
All
you
right.
have the first letter of it, and I'm like blank. There's fucking nothing there.
A word that starts with G that's magnificent.
Again, this is why my wife beats me in Scrabble. So. Just trounces me. It's not even a game. I haven't played her in like 10 years because it was so fucking bad.
So what you're telling me is I can keep sneaking these in there and you'll never get it.
I'll never get it.
I've done it for the last 3 weeks. I've snuck in like what the actual like synonyms for them.
I don't think I've noticed one bit until you're like, this is what I said. I'm like, I still don't fucking get it.
Okay, so military commander is a W word.
Wait a minute. I said warrior. Wingman. Widget.
We're just gonna be giving away cards.
Yeah, I guess. Fucking hell. I just wish it was Ultra the Brood. Why wasn't that? Holy moly. GWR. Rada.
There's your
Grand
Hello,
Warlord
boobies.
Rada.
There you go.
Hello,
Huzzah!
There we
Here,
go.
show the card.
There we go.
Oh man, so grand is magnificent. Military commander is warlord. So and then Rada you were just gonna have to figure out. So
Nope. Yep. That's what I needed. I needed Rada. Oh shit! I wasn't even close. I had no idea.
How did you get? Oh, you got the Rada, and that gave you the.
Once
whole,
I got Rada, it all fit into place. Oh shit! Good, close, very close. Combo.
Oh yeah, that was close. Combo, if you want to, you can sign that bad boy and send it to both of us, and we will post it. If you can see my camera back here. Well, actually, no.
Yes, I did pull it out at the last second.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck yeah.
My background back there, those two pictures have all the cards from Renshai, which is all of them. No, I'm just kidding. From other people as well. We post those on there. So, oh, you sometimes always do that, buddy. You sometimes 60% of the time it works every time. Okay, we're gonna stay on this screen here because let's do the secret layer stuff.
All right, yeah.
All right, so let me hit the button first.
Secret layer breakpoint. It's a secret.
Okay. All right. Secret layer stuff. I'm still surprised, dude. That was a good poll there on that one. I thought for sure we were giving that card away. I was like, well, that one's gone. Okay, so we have a secret layer that is coming out. It is the FORTNITE secret layer. It's coming out on Thursday, and it is only out for 4 days. So it's not showing it on the site here, but it is only 4 days. It's from the 21st to the 25th. So really 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's really 5 days because you'll count that fifth day. I don't know when it actually ends. We got a few things in this. We have a land drop with it, which you guys all know the land drop stuff. We've talked about those before. Your non-foils are probably between that $5 to $10 range. Your foils will be in that 10 to 15. If they're really desired, they'll hit that 20 range. So they're not bad to go after. But we have 7 cards in the FORTNITE cards here. So Larry, do you want to just go over the cards and then we can kind of just talk about them really quick and then we'll move on to our
okay.
5.
So I'll just read through these real quick. I don't understand the references. I've never played FORTNITE. Apparently it's a really popular video game.
Yeah, I haven't either. But yeah, it is very popular.
It's no Tetris. So The first one's called the Cube, which is Planar Bridge. It is a card that I do not use or care about.
So give that a background thing. These are skins. So you're getting named something else,
yeah.
and it's the skin thing. So
the arts look cool. So that's at least positive. All right, there is Battle Bus, which would be Smuggler's Copter, which is notorious vehicle.
there we
There
go.
is Shrinking Storm, which is Wrath of God.
Which is by far my favorite art out of this whole thing. Like this is probably my favorite art for the Wrath of Gods.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah. So I just like the colors in
I can
this,
see that.
and it fits with what's going on. So I dig this one.
There is a card called Supply Llama, which is an Ethereum Sculptor. It's a card I use, but not. I don't care about a premium version of it.
Right.
There is Crack the Vault, which is Grim Tutor.
That's our big card.
That's the big card. I dig it. Cool. Dance Battle, and that's Dance of Many, which is the first reprint since Chronicles for the card.
Yeah.
And it's not a card that I've used. And then Battle Royale, which would be Triumph of the Hordes.
This one's pretty sweet.
And again, for me personally, I don't like Infect, so I might have used this one time in the last like 15 years.
I like Triumph of the Hordes. I haven't put it in a lot of decks because I'm played.
Fucking cheater. Sorry. What?
I like this card. It's my if I don't want to do a Crater Hoof, I'll use this one instead if I'm playing a green.
If I don't want to think too much, I'll play this card.
Oh, come on. Okay, so really quick, let's go through this all again. So I'm not going to break down each one. I'm just going to give you the total value because we don't want to. There is already a video of that will be tagged. As well
is saying that there's going to be a secret card revealed on the 21st, so there's going to be the secret card that
the bonus
they
card
sometimes have.
Yeah,
so I can see that.
Well, they always have the bonus card, but they don't. Sometimes it's just garbage where it's a jumpstart foil land, or when it was the planeswalkers. I like those better than the jumpstart lands, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the non-foils are at 30. And the foils are at 40, which was what I was kind of guessing when I did this breakdown on the video. Your non-foil breakdown of this is about $61. So this comes out to about 61 with all the cards there of ones that are printed. If you take out shipping and fees, that brings you down to 48. So it's a profit of 18 per one of these. So the breakpoint of 3. So after you buy 3 of these, that's a good number. 3 is a solid number. 2 is amazing. 3 is our normal, like, hey, this is a good one. The foil version, on the other hand, it's not even on the other hand. There is no foil printing of Dance of Many, but that's not a used card. So it's kind of hard to judge. I put it at the about the non-foil amount. But that gets to $100. This whole thing counts as 100. Yeah, minus 15% in fees and shipping was about 7. That brings you down to 78. So this is almost a break point of 2. $2 more, and it's a break point of 2. But after 3 of them, you're well on the money. So the biggest hitters in this was surprisingly, Wrath of Gods are $10 to $20 for special versions of them. We already have a Secret Lair Wrath of God. It's that one that's the poster art one.
Yes.
And that one's going for about 10 to 15 in foil.
Okay.
And then Grim Tutor, we also have that as a Secret Lair. Grim Tutor got the Mischief one. So it's that silver card.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I didn't realize it either when I did the video.
Putting the shit out of it because that was in like a core set 2 years ago.
2021. Yep, the core set 2021. So that one's at about $20, and actually Triumph of the Hordes. There is only one foil printing. That one's at 54. I did not count it as 54. I did more realistic. I put in what I think it is, what other past stuff is, and that's at 30. So Triumph of the Hordes, Wrath of God, and Grim Tutor are your big 3 in this one. I think it's I'm going to pick it up, but I'm not going deep. The 4-day thing makes it a little bit more appealing because there probably won't be as many out there. And, there isn't a lot of crossover Fortnite. We can kind of take that from our Discord. Most people, there's a couple people that have played it, but no one is playing it currently. So it wasn't like, oh, I have to get this because I love Fortnite. because everybody's playing Magic. Why would you play Fortnite if you play Magic? No, you can play other games and stuff like that. But it's this would have been good. What, 4 years ago when it was like really at the top of the peak of everything.
I mean, they weren't doing anything then.
But the Ford, are you going to pick up any of this? I mean, you have all these cards. Yeah, there isn't like
I'm not interested. I don't care about Fortnite. Financially, it's if I sold cards, it makes sense to like flip it a bit and get some free cards. But I don't care. Like, again, a problem with reprints is if I don't have it and I don't desire that aesthetic, I don't care about it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think I want a couple of the cards out of it. I do want the special version of Wrath of God. So you have all these special versions of Damnation at this point, including Double Masters.
But like,
2.
if Wrath of God comes out, what do we think? What are you thinking that's going to come out as? Like $10?
Yeah, you could probably pick up that for 10.
That's something to buy a single as.
Yep,
like
that's a good point too.
There's a couple of times where, you know, Secret Lair is like I buy one, but then I do want one specific art, much more like Sakura Tri-Builder. Like I love that fucking Secret Lair art, but it's like it came out $8 foil. I'm like, I'm not fucking paying $8 for a $1 card. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But this is a $5 card, non-foil, $10 foil. It's like right in that range. It's perfect. Like I wouldn't feel bad buying that.
Yeah,
as a single.
I think Triumph is the other one that I really wanted a foil version of that in the special version because I like the card. But other than that,
I can see that coming out more expensive than I want to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean the cheapest version is $15, so it's up there in price.
Yeah, I don't even want to pay that.
Yeah, so. But yeah, so both breakpoints of 3 non-foil foils. Again, the lands, those at this point, it's getting tougher and tougher for me to like. I don't break them down as much anymore as I used to. But they're typically profitable after time. But there's so many different foil, full arts, full art, non-foils, just full art in general. We get them all the time that it's kind of, I like it because now I want to pimp out my decks differently. Like each deck now I'm like, okay, I want these full arts I'm going to go after. And these, instead of only having the couple options that we used to have with Zendikar stuff, now we have all these different options, which I like that a lot. And maybe down the road, it'll continue to make these special versions pop because people are like, well, I want to pimp out this deck with these full arts and these or whatever. But I don't know. It's harder for me to put a number to the full arts at this point because they're doing them in every set.
For the basics, in my opinion, if you don't want them, if you don't want to play with them, then I don't have any interest in them because I would want to buy 4 to 6 of them. And then you're talking like in foil, you know, 40, 80, 120, 160 for the 4, and then 240. Like that's a lot for basics.
And honestly,
that's hard for me
when these come out, you're going to be able to get each one for about $3. Like that's what's going to happen. That's what they are right now. All the other ones, unless they're really like desired, like the Dracula ones, the black and I believe the blue one are really expensive. I think that was the right one. Their art is really good. Hype behind it. But the green one, like you can pick up. You can pick up the green Dracula lands for like $2 foil, full art. Yeah, and it looks sweet, but people don't like that art as much. It seems like it doesn't really fit.
Like vampires isn't really.
Yeah, it doesn't fit with
like the black,
green.
blue, red thing.
So, but yeah, that's where we're at with that. You got 4 days to do it on the 21st until the 25th. That part is intriguing to me, but you could pass this one if you wanted. It's not like whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
So, all right, Lowry, why don't you hit our button for thanks AJ for the,
that's my line.
I know.
Hey AJ.
I don't want relationship. I just want bang bang bang. I don't want to know your name. I just want
bang bang bang. All right, so we are doing Fave 5, and I'm going to keep my camera up this way because then we can talk about. Not Fave 5. It is our personal staples, and we'll have reasons
it's
for
Fave 5. It's Fave 5 personal staples.
Yeah. So it's our Fave 5 segment, whatever. So we're just gonna go back and forth. Lowry, why don't you start us off with your first one that you have been putting in decks lately, or that you play in a lot of your decks?
Whenever. Yeah. Okay, so in no particular order.
Yeah, I didn't do order either.
I just want to talk about Solum Simulacrum.
What is that card?
Yeah, this card's everywhere, but people have been shitting on it for a while.
Yeah, I think
And-
Saffron has kind of shit on that card a little bit lately, and
Yeah, so it's 4 mana. It's been printed a shit ton,
yeah,
but it's 4
this one's my
mana
favorite
to ETB, go get a basic land, put it into play tapped,
art. Mhm.
and if it dies, draw a card. Super basic.
It's in a lot of
I
my
think-
decks too.
Yeah, see, the thing here is it's like, where are you going to play it? Like, understand that it goes well with like death triggers and Tesa. ETB triggers are all over the place. That's, you know,
Mhm.
it's something you would want to reanimate. It's something that, as long as it's not a green deck, I highly consider it.
Yeah.
And I have it in a ton of decks. Again, I don't think it goes in a green deck.
Well, just mono green, but I mean, if there is a green, it could still go in there. It
still
deters.
could.
It
Again,
deters
it
people
still
from
could.
attacking you because you just chump block and draw a card.
Yeah. Yep. And so there, and again, there isn't anything bad with that either. I would just say, for me personally, when it's in a green deck, I don't consider it as much because there's cheaper options.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Goes well in Boros, Mardu, you know, Demir. It's good in anything non-green, easily.
Yep.
Um,
I've been playing it a lot
and
because I
so-
play a lot of red lately.
and so like it's artifact themed. You know, like, it goes in blink, it goes in a ton of different style of decks. It goes with every color but green, in my opinion, but you could still put it in green. I wouldn't be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
You know what I
I
mean?
think
So-
even what is it? I'm guessing, wasn't it like over 200,000 decks or 100,000 decks? I'm gonna check it really quick.
Yeah, I don't know. But like, it'd be good in Yarrock. You know what I mean? Double trigger
that's
for
right.
the lands.
231,000 EDH rec decks.
Yeah. So like, don't let people boo-hoo on Solemn.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
good card.
It's a good card. I use it all the time. It's a good medium card.
Yep.
Like, it's a good, not medium, but glue card.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. I personally love glue cards the most. And that's why I use them.
I like
lot.
this. This gets in a lot of my decks because it fits not only that ramp, but it also has a little bit of draw on it potentially too. So it's always like hitting two of my categories, because we do our blueprint. I go off our blueprint a lot that we made a couple years ago. And so it ends up being in two of my categories. It isn't necessarily like a draw, you know, all the time, but it still is a draw. It's a little bonus draw that I'll throw in there. So it works well. Like all the decks that you talked about, if you're able to blink it back to your hand, somehow bounce it back to your hand and do it again, you get more land. So there's a lot of cool things, and it's a colorless. It's an artifact, you know. So it can go in any deck if you really wanted it to. So yeah, I dig it. Was there anything else you want to say?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay.
What you got?
So this one, and I'm starting to type it in just so you can kind of see it. I've been playing this one a lot lately.
Oh, shit.
Sun Forger, and kind of what I was just talking about, that I'm playing a lot of red.
Yeah.
So I have this in a Curie. I have this it's in the new Duke deck that I've been building. That was like, I've been building like for 3 weeks, but then I've been gone. But the reason why it's been making it in every deck that's a red or a white, this is the one I was talking about beforehand, where I was like, this is a 2-color deck, which I'm not always playing red and white. So it isn't in every deck, but it's in every red or white deck that I've been making. And the reason why is because we don't play tutors and we don't play counter spells.
This is kind of a tutor.
Yes, it is. But
it's acceptable in my opinion.
It's my protection. So what it is, and what I've been using it for, and it saved my ass, is I put it on a Curie or any creature that's in that Akiri deck, and then I can go get my Teferi's protection. I can go get any of my protection spells.
Boros Charm.
Yep, Boros. Yes, actually, that is in there as well. Yep, that is in there. Yep, you're right. So it lets me go get my protection for my commander. It isn't like a tutor where I'm like, okay, you know, just any tutor where I'm searching for anything, but I know which cards I'm getting, and it's only for protection. And so I like having
Deflection
this in
Palm
there.
is awesome with this. I agree. I love this card. I do always feel like it's a little expensive.
It is. That is, but I've been able to use it. But yeah, the 3 and then 3 again and then 2.
But I think that's the whole thing. Like when it does actually make the cut, like I think it's in my feather deck, and I'm like, this is just it's gas for like protection, like you're saying, and just when you're at the end of the game and maybe wanting to do a little bit more or add something that you need in there, it's a powerful card.
Yeah.
I wish there were more in that 4 range that were good. But like 3 and 2 seem to be.
I will tell you, 2 of the cards that it can go get are on my list here.
Oh, okay. Are they at 4 CMC or
4 or less? Yeah, 4 or less.
I'm assuming that they're red cards.
No, well, one of them is, one of them is not. So it's red or white. Right. Yeah, well, take your pick.
I had a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, you did.
Plus whatever percentages of you building red decks for the last 2.5 years. So,
but yeah, this works really well with the Kiri because I'm using a lot of treasure tokens, so it's actually really easy to attach and do all its stuff to it. But yeah, so I've been using this a lot lately, and that's my protection since I'm not using counter spells and not using stuff like that. This is my way to dig through and get that saving my commander type thing.
How brutal with this? Just thought of it, and I'm sure it's, something, but go get settle the wreckage on somebody, fucking them up with this. Yeah. Holy crap, right?
Yeah, that would be.
That's that 4 CMC spot that I'm thinking about. Oh, that feels good in my mind.
Yeah. I don't have that in my decks, but that's a good idea.
No, it's not. Leave it alone.
All right. Larry, what is your next card?
All right. Next one I want to talk about is Grazilax.
Well, how do you spell it?
Ilfid. I don't know. Grazz? Question mark?
I'll just do Graz.
Might not have 2 Z's.
It didn't have.
Okay. So it's Grazz.
Got it. The Scholar.
Yeah.
Okay, got it pulled up.
Scholar. All right, so colors blue, 3/2 horror. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hand, which is probably yours. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. And so I'm an aggressive player. Like I play with a lot of creatures. I'll go wide, well, whatever. But Adam's a tricky asshole, and he'll do combat tricks, and he'll be like, well, I know you thought that wouldn't die, but I'm going to fucking scoot this death touch equipment over and, equip it. And then I'm going to block and kill it. But then I can just be like, well, I'm going to return it back to my hand. Number one, I like it because it allows me to be aggressive with those utility creatures like Solemn Simulacrum, where it's just like, if it's sitting around, I can attack. Yeah. If somebody wants to just block and kill it randomly, either I can draw that card or bounce it back to my hand to go get another land or wood elves or, whatever.
This works.
Those utility creatures
seems
that you
perfect in a Eureka deck because the ones that don't get blocked or do get blocked, you can bounce those and then play those and get their ETB stuff again. Yeah.
It's, and it counts for each time you hit a player, not for as many creatures as you have. So like, as long as if you attack 3 different players and hit them,
you get 3 cards.
Get to draw 3 different cards. Yeah. Again, that's very, very good. But being able to save your creatures in combat when they're being blocked is amazing. And like, let's say you just know that you can all out attack and they can block and you can return everything back to your hand and then play a Wrath and fucking just kill everything.
Well, it's also
do different things.
That's a good point. It's also like it's a tester. A lot of times people will have blockers, but they don't want tricky bastards like you just called me. But they're like, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just going to let it go through. So maybe I'm just going to attack and see what happens. And a lot of times people might just let those go through and you draw it. And you get a second main phase. So even if they do block, you could bounce that to your hand. And on your second main phase, you drop down back that creature. You have your blockers. Yep. Yep. So all out attack and your creatures will be fine. The ones that get blocked. I like that angle. That's a good idea.
I have this in my Umbris deck. This allows me to return the horrors back to my hand, be aggressive with them, and then replay them to trigger Umbris again. I have it in Glenn to get me more cards. I get to draw 3 cards off of it in Alayla. Like, I think it's in 5 of my probably every blue deck that I have except for maybe one, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. I love it.
Yeah, I dig it. I might have to. It might have to make it in my Captain N Dude.
Yeah,
deck.
and I can see it being in Eureka as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. It's going in 2
That was-
spots. Thanks, Lowry, for bringing that to my attention. I'm
what works with Sunforger for you?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna go into one of the things. Okay, so this sucker, Achroma's Will, is one of the guys that I would go.
Ooh, I almost had this on my list. This might have been.
What Achroma?
It's so
I must have
good.
spelled it wrong. Achroma, Crow. Let's just do that. Oh, Chroma's gonna pull up a lot. Did I spell Achroma wrong? Oh, I did. Akroma.
Yeah.
Chroma as well. Kid can't even read.
Good point.
Yeah, there you go.
One,
Can't even read.
So Sunforger, as you saw, it's a
Yeah.
4 or less instant, white or red instant. So this is one of the cards that I have gotten multiple times and is a game winner. We've talked about this card. This was one of our favorite cards when this set came out, Commander
Yeah.
Legends, the first one. It continues to be one of my favorite cards. As of late, I've been making a lot more white decks. But if you have your commander out, even if you don't have your commander out, it's either protection for your stuff, or it can be a game winner because you can do the double strike, vigilance, and flying. So you're giving evasiveness a little bit, or you're doing the other way where it's lifelink, indestructible, and protection from all colors, so they can't be blocked. So either way, it's the evasiveness is probably the better part, but the double
does
strike.
so much.
Yeah, there's so many options with this. And every white deck that I've been making, this is in it. And there's not even a question of like, this is in my Day of Dragons slot. So that's that game winner slot that we've talked about with our blueprint stuff. This is that it's not only a protection, but it's the game winner. It can potentially win games, and it has won me games.
And that's okay. This is the ridiculous statement of this podcast probably is I like this better than Teferi's protection. This protects all of your creatures.
Yeah, I mean,
it does both. It
Yeah.
protects everything, all your
where
creatures.
Teferi's
and
is
it's
more
a
of
game
like
winner.
you're getting
does
out
both.
of not getting killed. This can actually win you the game, and yeah, I can see that argument. Hey, staple versus.
No,
they don't do the same thing.
no.
But yeah, I love this
So,
card.
sure.
Kiri, it's won games with that multiple times. It's a fantastic card. And even if, like I mentioned before, if you don't have your commander out, picking one of the modes is game winner in itself
Still
on one
good.
side. It's
still
freaking
good.
ridiculous. So
Yeah, no, I have it. I easily have that in 3 or 4 decks.
yeah, every white deck
So-
that I've made since this came out, it's gone in there.
Yeah.
And I've been building almost as much white as I've built red. So almost. Okay, so what is your next card on the list, Larry?
This is probably my most used card next to Solemn, just Solemn being colorless. But Chandra's Ignition.
Yes, you turned me on to this one. Oh, yeah.
This is 3 colorless, 2 red, sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and player.
So it doesn't kill the
Um,
creature, but kills everything else potentially.
Potentially. So
And-
that's the downfall.
Yeah.
But number one, I like being able to have at least like one-sided wraths,
Mhm.
right? So you can choose the power too. You can just be like, okay, I'm gonna target my 3/3, leave my 4/4, 5/5s laying around, and just get rid of all the little chumps, or decimate a token army, stuff like that. Or you can just make sure like, oh, I got this 8/8, target that, 8 damage to each creature and player, and you still have an 8/8 to attack with. It works. Poison works with it. Lifelink works with it. Death Touch works with it. Like, it's a fucking awesome card.
Yeah.
And
If you're able to also pump your creature fire breathing type thing before you do it, you can kill people like
no,
just
I
murder.
with-
Like
I've
I love
told
this
the story
this-
like a
Go ahead.
year or 2 ago, but with Calmax, I doubled up a Berserk and it was a fucking like 90 something, and then I Chandra's Ignition and killed everybody. Like, that was
oh,
fucking
good for
awesome.
you.
Yeah. But it's It's a fantastic card. Anything with Basilisk Collar, and then you go Chandra's Ignition, you gain a ton of life. You kill every other creature.
Yeah, because it's making the creature deal the damage and not that card. Yeah.
I have this in every red deck. It's amazing. In Feather, I get to recast it fucking every turn.
Oh, good for you.
The creature. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, I still have the good for you. What is this?
Oh, good for you.
That's nice. I have good for you in multiple spots. Nice. On different pages. Like there's different pages and
just to make it sure
I have
always hit it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So no, this is
I love it.
This is in my Akiri deck as well because Akiri's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and
I love that we're just talking about your Akiri deck. We just keep on adding cards to it.
It's one of my favorite. My next one I will talk about that also we mentioned before with Sunforger, but it's Deflecting SWAT. Since we don't counterspell and all that stuff, Deflecting SWAT has saved my ass or pissed off Trombley, where he thought he cast Sublime Epiphany and was about to do all the modes and was going to kill me. And instead I Deflecting SWATted and I took all the stuff and, did all his stuff. It's almost like a counterspell, but it's fun because you get to take it over and do the new targets. And so I love that part and I like free spells. There's a lot of stuff I've been playing or adding into decks lately. I use the white one that gives your creatures indestructible. I've been using that a lot lately because I like that. I love that feeling of everybody looks at you like, oh, you're tapped out. You can't do anything. I've talked about that over the few months or whatever. It's just kind of cool to be like, oh shit, they're all tapped out, but they might have a free spell because their commander's out. And so I really like this. It's saved my ass a bunch or pissed off, like I mentioned.
And Proxy Time plug your Lord of the Rings version of Gandalf in front of the Balrog with this is so fucking good.
And in foil is amazing. Like I love that one. Yeah. So
I believe it.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorites. Obviously, it's a red card. I've been playing it a lot, but it works with Sunforger as well because it's an instant. It's less than 4. You're able to Deflecting SWAT whatever threat that comes in. So it's just a fun card. And you know a lot about like red counterspell type things. Those have been happening to you a little bit, but this
hasn't happened to me yet. But I'm sure it will. I'm sure it's will. This is one that I need to fit into more decks. I don't know if I have it in actually any decks, but I was waiting for the proxies. I think I just made them last like month or two, and I haven't worked with red decks.
I will agree with you in that part where it took me a while to put it in a deck. And then once you have it in your hand, there's this feeling of like, I don't know. It's protecting. It's Deflecting SWAT. Like
it's the ultimate protector for your commander.
Yeah. And so you get this like, oh, I got this, even though I'm all tapped out. I look like, whatever.
Yeah.
It just really, every red deck, it just fits right in there. I'm like, this is my protection, even though it's not necessarily protection, but it is because it's the choosing new target stuff. So, all right. Is it your second to last one? What are we on?
Yeah.
Second to last one.
4.
Okay. What's your fourth one?
Ornithopter of Paradise.
Is this the one that gives any color?
It's 2 colorless for an O2 flyer.
That's from
and it
MH2?
taps for any color of mana.
That's funny because I was going through my binders and that's how I was trying to figure out what stuff I played with. And I saw this one and I was like, I need to put this in more decks because it's a good card, but I don't have it in any decks. It's okay. Keep going with it.
Yeah. So like it's a little bit similar with Solemn. Like I don't put it in green decks, but I put Bop in all of my green decks. And this is just the replacement for it in every other deck.
Yeah.
It blocks just a wee bit. It has flying, so like it works in a Layla, also triggers a Layla, but it's fantastic. It goes really, really well.
I definitely need to pick up this, or not pick up, just start putting it in more.
And
especially the lacking of mono rocks. This is a perfect. You're not able to tap it the first turn, but it's also a body, which is nice.
Yep. And that's the big thing. Like if this was an 0-1, it'd be much, much worse. But when you get this out early, it does do some work.
Yeah.
And with flying, there's enough decks that work with that. It's artifact themed. It's not a super threat. Like there is the term of bolt the bird, which is bop, and you should probably also bolt this, like quick get rid of it. But
they're not threatening enough to do that. You know, it's like why waste it, especially in Commander. It's not something you go after.
In Oscar, it has, you know, the evasion. If it attacks, I can sacrifice a ton of artifacts and give it +2/+0. Like there's a lot of really cool kind of stuff. Like if you're in an equipment deck, you can load it up with the like the evasion if people are picking off your good creatures. Like it does work. It works in a lot of different places. And again, it's one of those glue cards in non-green decks that I really, really like.
Yeah, I dig this a lot. Screw you, Renshai. No, I was kidding.
What's the theme?
What's Adam's theme?
Set it up. It's Sunforger theme and targets.
All right. Is there anything else? I like this card. I miss it. You know, I don't. It should go in more of my decks, and I think I will. Now you brought it to my attention. I probably will put this in a lot more stuff, and it's cheap. You can pick this up for super cheap. You can get the cool, the retro border foils are pretty cheap from Modern Horizons 2, which was a year ago.
Here would be my advice. Like for as many decks as you have that many copies.
Yep. That's a good point.
It doesn't mean that you have to put it in there, but it's cheap enough.
Yeah.
It has the potential to go up, and it has the potential to go in every deck.
Yep. Dig it.
Okay. Like I have roughly 16 to 20 decks. I should have 16 copies. I have like 10. I bought like 10 different copies. So
I opened enough packs and I got about probably those many.
You opened a lot. I didn't buy anything.
Yeah,
I just bought
done
singles.
No, the other part of it was that was
yours?
when I was organized. Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
When I organized sold my tattoo guy's collection or organized that and sold it. He bought a whole bunch of MH2 because it had squirrels in it. He's a big fan of squirrels. And I took like part of my payment was taking a bunch of the things that I liked. And I picked a lot of I grabbed every single one of the ornithopters. So that's actually in my spec boxes in my safe because I do feel like this card will go up. And
that's potential.
I should put it in more decks. So, okay. My fourth card, I will go with one. I don't build this very often because I'm not playing this color, but Teferi, Master of Time. We've talked about this card a lot, but every time I do build a blue deck, like I built my Captain N guy, he has Teferi, Master of Time in it because it is my draw engine. This is my draw engine, and it works. Like this sucker does work. When we've played with this, we've talked about this multiple times. The only reason this card is so cheap, you can get it for $5 at this point, one of the versions.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah. The only reason is because there's so many printings of it, so many different variations. As you can see, if you're watching right now, there is 4, 8, 12 different versions of this.
That's stupid.
Well, this is the online, so it's really 11 different versions of this card.
That makes it better.
But it does work because the thing is you can use Teferi Master of Time because you're just listening and I can describe the card. It's a 4-drop Planeswalker. You activate Teferi's abilities on any player's turn, anytime as an instant. Its +1 is draw a card, discard a card. Its -3 is target creature you don't control phases out. And then its -10 is take 2 extra turns after this one. And we've talked about in a 4-person game, you drop it, +1 it goes to 4. You say go, plus it again, 5, 6, 7. Gets to you and it's already at 8. Or it's at 7. You do your turn, it's at 8, 9, 10. By the time if it gets around the table twice without anybody taking it out, you're taking 2 extra turns after this. Well, you can do it between their turns. Yeah. So if you hit the 10 on somebody else's, you go, well, now I'm taking 2 extra turns, and then the next person can go. So this is just every time it hits.
Dirty.
Yeah. But I consider this as my draw spell, like my draw package.
But there's a problem with the card. Obviously, you can't get it with Sunforger.
Shut up, Renshai.
No, I agree. This is one that was almost on my list. I chose a different card that did kind of more of why I like Teferi. Like, I love Teferi just being able to draw and discard a card. For some reason, I really love looting, and it's not good, but I like it. And so I chose a different card that did drawing and discarding. And well, if we do this segment again, I'll talk about that one. But agreed. I love this card. Super powerful, super fun. It changes the dynamic of the game.
It turns into a 3v1 because they had 3v Teferi 1. Like that's their kill Teferi. No killing that player. It's kill Teferi because it's just you are able to do
and
this.
Dropping down to $5. Again, we're pretty high on this. This is one of the few planeswalkers that I consider constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I just because we did a segment on planeswalkers a while ago about like we should be playing more. And I
still don't.
I did not learn.
You didn't listen to our segment.
Yeah, it's like this and Ashiok, like Dream Render, and that's about it for me.
Well, I do like we've talked about a Johnny, and that almost made it on my list, but I don't play. It's specific to life gain. This is just if I'm playing blue, this is my draw. You know, this is part of my draw considered into it. So
I agree. I love this card.
Yeah. All right, your last card, Lowry.
All right. I'm gonna go with Shield of the Oversoul. This is hybrid green white, 2 colorless. It's an aura. If it's on a green creature, it gets +1/+1 and indestructible. And if it's white, it's +1/+1 and flying. And I love cheap protection. And this is amazing for protect. Like if it goes in your commander, which it should, like green white, that I use this.
Yeah.
You know, I put in Rafik, and I don't have a Rafik deck currently, but you know, it goes from 3/3 to a 5/5 flying double strike, indestructible. Like people want to kill it. People want to kill my commanders. I don't know why, but this helps a shit ton.
Yeah.
So I love cheap protection. And this is always there for me.
I mean, it gives it 2/2 flying and indestructible. That's pretty
That's
brutal.
doing a lot for 3 mana.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is about, you kind of notice a theme, cheap protection. Magic. Yeah,
I like cheap protection. There's no holes in it. You're not going to make any babies.
Ryan's pretty funny with that. Things you can only say about Magic the Gathering. I love cheap protection. That's a good one, Ryan.
The condoms I buy are definitely 25 cents a piece. They're worse than water balloons. They will pop super quick.
But you notice as the theme with us is we don't do the counter spells as much. So we do a lot of protecting our things. Like counter spells. Yeah. I would use counter spells if I made a rule to myself, like, and I have it as a sideboard to Captain N, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how to say it.
I don't know how to say it.
But I have 4 free counter spells that if I use them, I was going to specifically say I can only use them for protecting my commander. I was going to put a rule on myself to only use it then.
So,
but I didn't. They're a sideboard. They're not even in the deck.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. But you just gave me like a segment idea. Maybe we should sit down and talk about like why we do it and how we replace it.
Okay. Hey, behind the curtains, we're working this out right here.
Behind the curtains, just because I will forget that like stuff leaves my brain pretty quick.
I'm writing it down.
Thank you. That's why I text you things. And I'm like, just hope you write it down. Yeah. Okay. So Shield of the Oversoul. I like me personally. I like green, white, red. I'm a Naya player, and generally I will have one of those decks. But I have at least 3 green, white decks. Like Trelasar, Rianne, something else. But it just goes in every green.
For you.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I use this card a lot. So if you have a green white deck, you know, play this card. Swear to God.
Yeah, it's a good card. Good card.
All right.
What
you got?
My last card is a fan favorite.
Stupid.
Oh no. My computer's doing that stupid thing again. I hope everybody's still there. Please be there. Can you hear me, Larry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I lost you though.
I kicked everybody.
The stream is going still. Hang on. You know what I can do? I can. Oh, not the opener. No, get out of there.
Oh, we're starting over.
There we go. I'm here. Okay. So, let's see if I can pull up the card preview again.
Someone write something just so we know you're still there.
I can see the timer still going. So we got everybody. Okay, we're back. Okay. I don't know why the fuck it does that. And then it's like super bright. Like my screen is super bright. But Urza's Saga is the card that has been going in every single one of my decks at this point.
Stupid card.
I want you to use it so you can see the power that this has. It's so good.
I have it. I think I have it in Oscar, and it doesn't do anything.
It's so good. Like every time I play this card,
I don't think I've ever actually played in the game yet.
So. You know, you play it. It's an enchantment land, whatever. I do play. I haven't played green a lot lately, but if I do have green, I'll do a lot of recursion with land with like Crucible Worlds or Ramanop Excavators and stuff like that. So you can bring it back, but that's not the point of it. You can make constructs, so it fits with a Curie because the Curie it's doing a similar effect. I can make 2 constructs before this thing goes away.
What the fuck?
What?
Night doesn't suck.
Nice.
White's better than red. We all know that.
So the best thing is when it hits that last lore counter, you can do any of the other things. So if you wanted a mana, you could do that, but you'd have to float it because it's after you draw. But most likely you could make a construct if you wanted to. But then you go search for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1. So you're hitting your soul rings. So you're upping your mana. So you're going from this is 1 mana to 2 mana. You could get your Mana Crypt. You could get your Sensei's Divining Top. You're
going from 2 mana down to 1 mana. You're losing a mana.
No, if you get a soul ring, you get 2.
But then you lose the land, which reduces it down to 1.
1, so you get a bonus 1.
It's like replacing your land with something more fragile.
You're getting an extra.
Sorry,
land.
we were so supportive during this segment.
Yeah,
we really liked each other's stuff until right now.
You just don't like it because it's the bet. It's the Yavimaya bet.
I didn't like it before the bet. We made the bet because I don't like it.
I'm telling you, I've used this a lot and it does work. And the thing is a lot of times I'll go get Shadow Spear. I can go get things that are answers to things that are happening.
Don't name good cards. Like
don't name good cards. But it's
Skull Clamp.
Yeah, it's done work.
Just go get like Ancient Den or something.
Yeah.
Tree of Tales.
Well, no, you can't get artifact lands because it has to have a mana cost. I was trying to do that, and when I was building Akiri and discussing that, somebody brought it to the attention. I don't remember who it was, but somebody watching was like, no, you can't get that because it doesn't have a mana cost. So you can't go get artifact lands, but you can get everything else, so you're getting things that has a mana cost. So there's a shit ton of options for this. And like I mentioned, if you do play recursion of your lands, you get that added bonus of being able to do it again and again and again and again.
Twice. Look, if I really like that, I play Trinket Mage in every blue deck. And how many of those do you
Why are you hating on my number 1 card?
None. It's your number 5.
No,
you put yours in order. No, you did.
And Renshai, this was played a lot before actual SmithCon started. So SmithCon, pre-SmithCon, and after SmithCon. Well, we didn't play after SmithCon. We all just drank and whatever. But pre-SmithCon, I got this out 3 or 4 times. I think 3 times. And yeah.
It doesn't count when you do it.
So anyways, this is probably out of my list because it is colorless, has gone in every deck since this came out pretty much.
All right.
Because I play a lot of artifacts. I'm pretty heavy on artifacts. And so it just ends up making it in there. So all right, don't yawn at my shit. All right.
Sorry, no, I wasn't. I was just
You're such a douche.
Something about Urza Saga does that to me where I'm just big
so-
yawn.
yeah.
I want to take a nap, suck my thumb,
No,
whatever.
so suck your what? Okay.
Thumb.
all
It's the
right.
same size as my penis, but I can't do that. I have not removed any ribs.
Oh,
I'm super
good for
inflexible.
you.
It's a detriment actually.
All right, let's get into our last segment.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
I don't know if I have Staple Versus. Okay, so Staple Versus. What did we have? What was there? Oh, let me get back here.
Baleful Strix versus
Let me see
the
if I can
thingy.
pull it up so we can actually
Your
see
stupid
it.
card.
My stupid card. All right, I'm gonna pull this up onto the. Oh, look how small it is. It's all small and
It's so tiny.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's cute. It's almost like a penis. All right, so
She said
Staple.
something.
Dang it! All right, let's get this bigger. That's what she said again. There's a lot of that's what she. I'm trying to move it so it fits perfectly on our screen here.
Yes.
Okay, so
because that's what we are.
we're
perfect.
perfect
We're
about it.
perfection.
Okay, so this was our Staple versus. Last week we had Lowry had Baleful Strix. I had Ice Vein Coatl. Coatl. Where
Coatl.
do you think this ended up?
I won.
Why do you say
I
that?
saw the Twitter one. It
Yeah.
was pretty dominant. Which
was-
I mean, when it's close, like the YouTube can slant one way or the other. But
I'll tell you this: the Twitter one was the lowest of like the gettings. Like
Oh, really?
everything else blew out of the water. So Twitter was 67% for Baleful. Discord was 78 for Baleful. And YouTube was 82%. So fuck you. Get your crown. Go ahead. Congratulations. Put your crown on. Okay, so today, let me see if I can get two things
Feels
up
good,
here.
huh?
Feels good.
I mean, we've probably been doing worse on our views because I'm winning. So I'm gonna assume that.
All right, so I'm going to try to
Even
minimize this a little bit, get it on here. So we have what two cards going this week, Lowry?
All right, we're gonna talk about. Adam has Blot Out the Sky, but I have Martial Coup, which is X.
Boring.
white sorcery. Create X11 white soldier creatures.
Okay, kill him.
There we go. Create X11 white soldier creature tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all creatures. And then I'll let you read your card.
Blot Out the Sky is also a sorcery. It is a white and a black. So we know we're playing with a white and a black deck at least.
Yes.
And X. This one, create X tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature tokens with flying.
Yep.
2/1 flying creatures. So this is already double the power of whatever you're creating. And then if X is 6 or more, destroy all non-creature, non-land permanents. So this isn't a board wipe. It's a let's get rid of all the planeswalkers on board. Let's get rid of all the enchantments on board. Let's get rid of all the artifacts on board. And now I have a 2/1 white army. Like
I like how you emphasize the planeswalker part because nobody plays them. Who cares about that?
well,
Like,
you
you're
just
playing this.
emphasize that you don't play them, but a lot of other
No,
I play
every-
them.
I am the average man, and so
If you had this out, if you played this while somebody is playing Teferi Master of Time, you could actually get Teferi without your stuff phasing out.
yeah, okay,
Okay. All right, little
Okay.
John.
Good for you.
Oh, good for
Good
you.
for you, because what I can do with Martial Coup is just destroy all of their creatures.
But you
and
can't
then,
attack with
kill-
those 1/1s. It's on sorcery.
Kill.
So you kill all the other people's creatures so that by the time my turn comes around, I can build up get my extra turns. Like it depends on where this all happens, I guess. Where
Yeah,
the turn order.
it does depend on timing. That's why it's not an equal comparison. So I wouldn't count whatever you said in the discussion.
Judge, can we strip that from the records?
That's how that works. Martial Coup is easier to cast, even if it is a black white
by
deck.
one. By one.
It's just monocolored easier.
Well, no,
easier.
it's not necessarily easier. You can do the same thing. You don't have to destroy everything. You can just make 2/1 flyers. Like, really, think about this. In a 4-person game, yeah, the board wipe is nice, but getting 5 1/1 soldiers, it's like, who are you gonna like feather to death? Like you're not killing anybody. They don't have haste.
Feathered to death.
This
is like a little like
they're
a
five
sewing needle.
They're
to
5.
death.
Well, yeah,
Poke.
that's a feather.
That is a really good deck. I wouldn't use. That's not helping you. Look, Martial Coup, like, is one-sided, right? You could say that you create an army with your 2/1 flyers, but somebody easily has creatures to block your stuff.
They're
come into play
evasive. They're
tap,
flying.
That means that everybody sees that you have an army, and they go, okay, next turn we're in trouble. But right now, those being tapped allow us to attack. If you got rid of your ghostly prison type cards, you got rid of your own planeswalkers.
Why would you get rid of? Why would you get rid of your own stuff? I mean,
because that affects.
Yeah,
everybody.
but the thing is, you wouldn't play this if you had stuff that you don't want to die. You might just cast it to get creatures.
But if somebody's locking the game out, like,
well, then that helps. You have an answer.
Be the better choice.
You have an answer, right? You don't have an answer if somebody's blocking out. You can't do anything because it's an artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that point. The thing is that Martial Coup is a huge swing when it comes to creature combat. Like, it gets rid of everything, and then you dump all of your mana into
unless
it,
it's
and
indestructible.
you create your own army.
Like the cards we talked about with Akroma's Will and all the other free spell stuff that I was.
Akroma's Will is not free. So
what? No, but I was just saying the free one that I was talking about. But
there's
white
cards that work with Martial Coup. Like, I can go Anointed Procession. Anointed Procession probably doesn't work with Blot Out the Sky when you wrath the board of all non-creature permanents.
Why doesn't it work with it?
Because you would be destroying it.
Oh, you're saying my own thing. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You would blow up your own token strategies that are non-creatures.
If you want to.
I would blow
no. You just do the same amount of no, you do the same casting cost. If I wanted to, I don't need to blow it up. I do 5. And now I have 10 power on the board while you still have 5. It doubles
like
yours.
You keep on thinking like you're aiming for your card.
And if I had Anointed Procession,
if you don't blow up everything,
well, no,
and just create
there's
some
options.
tokens.
There's options. Your Anointed Procession options. Your Anointed Procession argument is then I would just go, well, I have Anointed Procession out. Obviously, I'm not going to kill this. Instead, I'm going to put 20 power on the board, whereas you would put 5 power on the board, or 10 power. Sorry, yours would double. So you put 5 power on the board. Yes, that's a little more threatening. You're killing everybody else's stuff, and
yours are tapped, and so everybody goes.
Yours can't attack. You can't attack the turn they come in.
But mine can block.
Right, but you just destroyed everything. So what are you blocking?
Oh, true. Because then the next turn I just start winning.
Yeah, the next turn the tapping doesn't matter. It's almost exactly
nobody
the
can
same.
Attack me after I cast this because I would want to be paying 7 at least for this. I think I could,
What if you had better creatures out though?
Like
what if you had Benny out where you're drawing off of tokens coming into play? You want to kill Benny?
One card hardly matters. I don't know if I really care about that at that point.
Making token. This seems like a token deck that we're playing,
I still
right?
have like
because
Stone
we have a
Idol.
2/1 and we have a 1/1 here, right? So you would probably put in that other gal that you like that when you play when the first creature hits the battlefield, you scry, and then the next one you get to draw. So you'd probably have multiples of that if you're playing 2 cards that are token based. Right, so you're playing a token based creature.
If other people have Akroma's Will, then I also have Akroma's Will, and I would give my stuff protection. And that totally works in my mind. I can Teferi's protection my stuff out, and while it's on the stack,
so can the other person. So can the other person, and then I'll deflecting SWAT.
All I know is you're very happy with not destroying everything
again,
and that would be the point.
I like to win games, and you like to pillow fort and sit back and hit people with feathers.
I don't know if I do that. I don't. My pillows are very. They're very flat. There's not a lot of.
There's not a lot of feathers in it.
Like cotton, like fluffy.
Did my brother come by and use your pillow as the pillowcase as
What?
Nothing. All right. I don't. Is there more arguments? I had, 12 power. My power's double yours. hits other things that are more threatening. Creatures are whatever. Creatures are easy. Creatures get killed. There's so many board wipes. There's barely any enchantment, artifact, and planeswalker wipes all at once. This does it and gives you creatures.
I think a big part of it ends up being like, how many of those non-creature permanents are you playing?
But I don't know. I'm trying to think this through.
Right.
If I were to have this, if I played a black and white deck, actually this could fit in Teysa, because Teysa is very creature based. Yeah. I could destroy everybody else's stuff, but I do play a lot of doublers. The thing is you have that option of not destroying everything. Whereas I think Martial Coup, you're always shooting for destroy all creatures, even your own, and getting the tokens. Whereas I think Blot Out the Sky, you could make 5 of these and you have 10 power on the board. And that is a very viable option. It isn't like I have to destroy everything on there. If it doesn't fit with what's happening.
You're being mean, Renshai.
Both cards. But if it doesn't fit with what's happening, you can choose a different option, where I feel like yours is only good if you do the X is 5 or more. Like if you do it less, then it feels like a loss.
You're seeing yours as more flexible because it could make the creatures or Wrath and do the creatures, and mine is only good if I Wrath.
I think
and make the creatures.
I haven't played,
like you're saying, making 4 1/1s for 6. That's not a good rate. And yours at worst is making 5 2/1 flyers.
2/1 flyers. Yeah.
I think the tap part is really rough for me because I can make 4 creatures just to be able to block if I wanted.
Right.
And yours definitely don't block because they're coming in tapped.
But that you have other creatures. Like that's making assumptions. You're not playing this where you're open. Like you play other things if you don't have any creatures. You know, this is almost a setup. And that's where I'm saying there's a little more, like you said too, it's more flexible in my opinion of what the 2 cards are doing. They're different because one is targeting all these other things and yours is all targeting. It's a board wipe. So it's like, which is more important in your meta? I feel like I see too many board wipes where I'm like, I don't ever play Martial Coup because I don't even know the last time I have this in a deck. I think it was back when I played 60 card decks is when this was in there, because it was a token base and I tried to play more of these soldiers. It was more of human soldiers, whatever. But I don't have Blot Out the Sky, to be honest with you, in any deck because I should maybe put it in Teysa.
You haven't made any black-white decks since.
Correct. It's not red. Where's red?
I think for me personally, like in a Layla, Blot Out the Sky works as a flying like themed deck, but mine is more artifact themed. And so I would get rid of a lot of my deck. Yeah. I have a lot of support cards that are artifacts and like protection or setup, to whereas like I really like Martial Coup because it gets rid of everything and builds up what I have already, like that. Like I have the better position,
right?
For what I was trying to do.
It's better towards the end of the game because then people's lives are lower. And you may have more mana than 5. Like you may be able to drop 10 into this, and get more than just 5 little guys out there. But early on, the wiping the board and giving you 5 1/1s that isn't game changer. It's just resetting.
Well, again, it doesn't have to be 5. It's whatever your mana is available. Like you dump everything into that you have available.
Well, if we're saying early game, if you have 7 mana early, you know what I'm saying? You're not
doing all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you're doing more work than you would anticipate. Like you're going to be able to get in, probably an extra 15 points of damage for doing that after, and then lose
potentially. Yeah.
And with Blot Out the Sky, like,
but not to one player, you're probably spreading that out. That's only like people just play one creature. That is
spread out for whoever's the most advantageous to attack. I would agree with that. And so, do
you even have Martial? Like honestly, like no bit. Do you have it in any decks?
Oh, all of them.
Even the decks that aren't white, I have it in there.
All of them. Yep. It's
all right. All right.
whatever.
All right. You guys can vote for this. Do you have any more arguments?
I'm good.
All right. All right. All right. You guys can vote for this either on the Discord if you're a part of the Discord. You can vote for it on YouTube on the community tab, or you can vote for it on Twitter. This is going to be a short one, guys, because we are doing the podcast on Friday live as well. So if you're hearing this, just the audio version on Wednesday, you only have probably a day to vote on that, and we'll announce the winners on Wednesday. Again, look for us on Twitter there, because we are going to start putting that the thumbnail out and all the directions of how to win the Teferi's Protection full art for saying thank you guys for breaking the record with us. And also the battle boxes is the Patreon. So that goes until the end of the month. So you have the end of the month to do both of these. Patrons that are $5 or more will automatically be entered, so you don't have to do anything. But if you want to do the Twitter stuff, follow us and everything there. So, all right, guys, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys on Friday.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Suck up.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers.
I dropped this shit at the beginning.
Oh, did you?
I was going to be worried if it was explode on me. Apparently I forgot, and it doesn't matter.
Nice. Delicious. I had an Uda Pills Pontoon Afternoon was the last one that I was drinking.
Pontoon Afternoon. I wish I could just rhyme stuff. We do that, right? We used to. We used to just rhyme. Our titles were awful. God.
I'm glad I kept all this in. I haven't even